Hello my dears, and welcome back to my corner of the internet. I'm Shannon, and today I have another spoiler-free book review to share with you guys. And today we're talking about The Only Survivors by Miranda. This is the first Miranda book that I've ever read. I know she's written a bunch, and I've heard people talk about her before. So when I saw this one pop up on NetGalley, I grabbed it. So I'm excited to tell you guys a little bit about it. Now this book will be coming out on April 11th, so just a couple more weeks. And I really enjoyed it. So we'll get into a bit of the synopsis. So, as the title sort of alludes to, 10 years ago there was an accident. It happened when this group of kids were in their senior year of high school. They were traveling either to or from, I think Tennessee or some state where they were doing a Habitat for Humanity project for their senior year. And it was volunteers who had wanted to go. So on the night that the accident happened, they're driving, and the two vans that they're chartering to or from this site, they end up going off the road. Originally they took a detour because there was a traffic jam and they were looking for a bathroom. They take a detour, both of the vans end up crashing into water. From there, a little more than a handful, in the end there are nine. 9 of them end up getting out of the accident unscathed, fairly unscathed, at least physically. And the 2 teachers who had been driving the vans, they were killed on impact, I'm guessing. And a bunch of the other students were as well. And then some of the students made it out of the crash alive, but they're very injured. And there's a difficult journey that has to be made to get up from where they are in the water up into the road before the water comes and takes them. And unfortunately, you know, these are 9 17 or 18-year-old kids, and they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do, but they know that they should probably save themselves and hopefully be able to get help to come back to the other students who are still alive. Although in their hearts they know that they probably won't be able to come back in time because the water is coming quickly. So in an act that no one would blame them for, in an act of self-preservation, the 9 of them get themselves out of there. So that's the past, that's 10 years ago. In the present, our story is told from the point of view of Cassidy, and she was one of the 9 that survived the crash. And the 9 of them, well, 1 year after the crash, they lose one of the survivors. She ends up taking her life. So the 8 of them start agreeing to meet up once a year during the week of the anniversary of the accident. They agree to all meet up at a cabin on the lake or on the beach. I think it's the ocean they stay by. It's called the Outer Banks. I don't know anything about where that would be, but I think it's the ocean. Anyway, they agree to meet up once a year to just sort of spend that week together, to help each other, because, you know, they're all struggling. They carry a lot of survivor's guilt. Guilt that they survived, for one, and guilt that they, you know, weren't able or didn't do anything to help the kids that were alive, but weren't physically well enough to get themselves out of there. So, like I said, when we meet Cassidy, this is the 10th anniversary, and there's recently been another loss in the group, and so now they're all gathered together. Cassidy kind of doesn't want to be there. She's been trying to distance herself from the group because she feels like they're all holding each other back. They can't move on because they're tethered so tightly to each other that they just can't move on. And she almost didn't make it, but then she does at the last minute decide to go. So that's kind of the setup for what's going on. And then from there it goes back and forth between the current day chapters and then the back 10 years ago chapters. And the back 10 years ago chapters, we get a chapter from the point of view of all of the remaining people. We get to see from their eyes what happened that night. We learn that they're kind of carrying a secret, but again, I think the secret is what they're carrying. They're carrying it, it feels heavier to them than I feel like it is, because they were kids when it happened and it kind of just implanted in them then. So we get to learn a bit about what happened, what's going on now, and there's a bunch of twists and turns. This book's definitely a slow burn, but I enjoy that. But there's a lot of twists and turns. There's two big twists sort of towards the end, fairly close together. One I kind of saw coming. The other one is just really sad. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot, and I'll definitely read more from Megan Miranda in the future. It definitely kept me guessing. It kept me turning the pages. I read this in like 2 days, and I thought it was good. I think I'm gonna give it a 4, maybe 4.5 stars. Would definitely recommend, especially if you've read books from her in the past and you liked them. You'd probably like this one too. And if you haven't, I think this is a pretty good place to start. I enjoyed it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I think I've got 2 videos coming up shortly. One was a subscriber requested video, and then the other one's going to be a book talk video on the book Old Country, which I'm just about to start, and I've heard a lot of interesting things about it, so I can't wait to share that with you guys. Anyway, I hope you have a great day, or are having a great day or a great night, and I will see you guys again real soon. Bye.